Once you've installed the Connections UI solution, I'll show you now how to configure it to get started. There are two extensions that will get added into your settings area menu. The first is the entity connections. That is where you connect the entities you want to be able to display. The other is category connections, where you can go and identify the different groupings of connection roles. These are both built on top of the native UIs that Microsoft Dynamics 365 has, but we've just made it easier to do it. Let me go into entity connections. And as you can see, what we do is concatenate the two record types, those entities that are going to be combined, and display them in that format so that you can quickly see the two that you've connected. Now we're in an entity connection creating a new one, and all I need to do is go and identify and say that I'd like to connect an account, and we can create a new one, let's say to an appointment. I go ahead and hit save on that, and now I can identify which categories I want this new entity connection to be able to use. You can see here are the default out-of-the-box categories. If you want to use more, that's just an option set that you can change in your solution. But here I'm going to go ahead and add to the business category a new role. Now I've got a new connection role for this category underneath the new entity connection account appointment that I've created. Let's now create a new connection. I'm just going to open an account, and then I will navigate to the connect button. What this is going to do is launch our Connections UI, and as it is built, it has a left to right navigation that identifies what account you are connecting from, and this will change depending on the entity you are at, and then which entity you want to connect to. You can see I just added an appointment. If I click on an appointment, here's the category that I selected. If I have multiple categories, those will show up. Here's the one role that I just created, and now what I'm able to do is go through and identify which appointment I would like to associate this account to. So I hit Save and New. I now have a new connection that exists between two records that previously may not have been able to be identified for this type of a connection or relationship. There are a couple different ways where you can view all of the connections that have been created. One is in the Connections UI itself. So as I navigate to the different entities that exist, the form changes and then displays prior connections that have been established. Or if I navigate to the related entities menu, I can see here the other connections that have also been established in a single view.